switch. It is the 11th of March, and we have the EQ switch, dynamic practices to raise your emotional intelligence. And I know that everyone here is here to raise their emotional intelligence. And that is why I think we should first give a big hand from ourselves to ourselves that we have made it to be here. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I would like to introduce to you my co-trainer, Master Trainer Gregory Green. He's a trainer in emotional intelligence and a master trainer of neuro-linguistic programming. And his passion is just as hot and excited and inspired as mine to offer emotional intelligence trainings and to help, particularly at this time in this world, for people to handle their emotions better, to be on top of their emotions more, and to handle that emotional body. Big hand for Gregory Green.
Thank you so much, Dr. Doris. Wonderful to have you here also, Bhavika. Thank you for all attending this micro session. The intention of this micro session is twofold. One, to give you an introduction into the Conscious Solution Certifications platform, where we offer training, various modalities, NLP, emotional intelligence, hypnotherapy, corporate training certifications, which are internationally verified. The second is an opportunity, as this is a prerequisite, so that we find out very easily through a filter system why this program may be part of your outcome personally or professionally in your respective endeavors towards your network. I am so very happy to be with Dr. Doris after 38 years. I found her as one of the top trainers in the East, if not the world, based on her congruency, content structure, and practicality. Not so much theory, but how can I apply this in my everyday life with my family, with my children, on the job site in a practical, applicable way to add to my current capabilities. After 13, 14 years, she's finally settled in Goa, so that we love to see those that are in India possibly come to Goa, maybe not for this training, even for a retake, because that's part of our platform. That being said, Dr. Doris, I give you the EQ switch.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, what is emotional intelligence? And before we begin, as we are expecting more participants to come in, mostly in these type of evening immersive workshops, they come in 20 minutes late, etc. So please be prepared that you may be interrupted. First, maybe for the ones of you who have not been here before, can you please explain what you already know about emotional intelligence and what specifically is it that you want to learn? You were here first, Dr. Lavina. How about you begin? We
Sorry.
can't hear
Sure,
you.
why not? I hope I'm audible now.
Yes.
Okay. So, emotional intelligence, well, a word that's everyone is probably talking about it, hearing about it. But in very simple words, as much as I have understood, doing few or using few techniques with myself, it's just sorting out, sitting with yourself, sorting out your complex thoughts into simple emotions and taking a little bit charge on it and sort of creating a boundary as to where they're supposed to heighten and where they're supposed to go low so that you yourself can use those emotions to your benefit rather than them hurting you. Very simple definition.
Thank you. And what do you specifically, Dr. Lavina, would like to learn or are interested in?
So, specifically, I would really, really like to learn about how to use those emotions into a better way, how to use those emotions to get out a better performer from myself or a better human being in general. So, that is something I am looking forward to.
Become a better human being and get better performance out of
Right.
yourself. Thank you. Thank you very much. How
Thank you
about
so much.
Miss Vanita Dua? You are very welcome to have your dinner. I'm sorry we are interrupting a little. Unmute, please. We cannot hear you. Vanita, why don't you work on your microphone? And Angel, can you speak, please? Everybody, just turn your microphone on. We will have a little speaking session. Don't you worry that you may have noise in the background. It's all right. It's online learning. And then later, when I do more of the presentation, you can turn it off again. But let's all turn the mics on. Antara Banerjee, you are so welcome.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
Angel. Okay, would you mind to please turn your video on, Antara? It is a prerequisite.
Just give me 5 minutes. I'm just charging. Just 5 minutes.
Okay, however, you can speak to us in between. What is it that you would like to learn about emotional intelligence?
Uh, Actually, yes.
What?
Uh, I'm not really sure about this because we haven't done or learned about emotional intelligence separately. But I think uh, I'm not sure you can be the best person to tell about it. Does empathy is part of it or not? I'm not sure.
Empathy is very interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I just put the responsibility back into your lap, Antara Banerjee, because I'm just a facilitator and I help you with some experiences and some tools, but everybody is responsible themselves for what they want to learn. So just to give a little introduction, people come to this program. It is a 2-day program on the 21st and 22nd of March. So we will give you a few tips tonight that you can put into your pocket, learn, take with you, and later, please stay till the end. There will also be a special offer for you to participate. The 2-day program, of course, where you can learn so much more and which is a rocking one of a kind training that will equip you with so many tools. So, emotional intelligence is something that people attend when they notice that they are more stressed than they want to be. Many times people come who have some hidden adrenal symptoms. Yes, I'm speaking about hidden because people say, I don't have anything, I only want to improve. And that is actually not really true because it's okay to have stress. And you will learn that today. It's okay to have anger. And yes, any form of frustration into agitation, into high anger or even rage. It's okay. It's emotions that humans experience. Or some of us may have sadness, maybe even carry deep. sadness, which sometimes is called depression. And sometimes it may have to do with traumatic experiences from the past. And even trauma is something that we can address successfully and effectively with emotional intelligence methods, patterns, and techniques. And so, of course, you are welcome to first notice that everything we do here is confidential. Can I see everybody agree? So you can please gladly speak about what happened in this room, the structures, the techniques, but you will not ever say any content of what somebody else said. And these recordings are only for you. We do not send the recordings to anyone who didn't make it to this evening. So you being here is a very high value. And in fact, before Angel and Asha and Vanita speak, would you please give yourself a big hand? Say thank you to yourself. I made it tonight. Thank you. I took this learning more important than being out or going for dinner or doing any other activity, or maybe sitting simply there and shivering because of adrenal flushes or fear, which many people from Dubai report. So, Vanita, what is it that you would like to learn tonight? Or what you would learn, let's not say tonight, what you would like to learn in general about emotional intelligence?
Good evening to everybody. Thank God that my mic is working now. And
Nice,
thank you, Dr.
very good.
Doris.
We are
I
happy.
hope I am audible now.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, this is 8:30 in the evening, and at my age, looking after the family, making food. And so I am sorry, I mean, my movement may disturb others, but then I'm sure you all will cooperate. When it comes to learning about emotional intelligence, of course, because I am a professional in the field of psychology, I work with teenagers, I work with adolescents, I work with school, I work with adults, the staff of the school, learning little more, looking for little more strategies, which I've been definitely learning from you, Dr. Doris, on these occasions rather than taking the whole course. I've been applying, doing a little better than what I was doing earlier. So thank you for that as well. And today again, I'm here to learn a little more. Thank you.
Thank you. And what specifically, Vanita? Be a little more specific. So you can, for example, share. I have a tendency to be stressed, or I have a tendency to respond too heated, or I have a tendency to withdraw and say nothing, or I have a tendency to remove myself and be grumpy. Whatever your emotion is, can you share it with us?
Yeah, sure. Just to share with everybody, I'm 60 plus and working in this. So I generally, now I feel at this age, I can manage my emotions very maturely. So whenever I feel that I am getting entangled in any of the negative emotion, as you said, I generally try to keep quiet, avoid the situation, confrontation in the situation, but yet again, do not give up. I usually am assertive. I generally ask for the people that if we can talk one to one and clarify. So that, thank you.
Nice. Thank you. And Angel, Angel dropped off. Where's Angel?
Yeah, I'm
All
here.
right.
I'm here. I'm here.
Welcome to Lerana. All right, Angel, can you share, please?
Yes, thank you for the opportunity to speak out. I hope my voice is clear. Is my voice clear?
I can hear you, but you please speak a little bit more into your speaker.
Okay. Am I audible right now?
Now it's better. Now it's better.
Yeah. So, firstly, as a student of psychology, intelligence to me is one of a very important aspects of psychology. And currently in my 11th grade, I really do need this strategies to be more emotionally intelligent, to deal with my stress, and to, you know, understand myself better and also help out my teenage friends to deal with their stresses too. So
To be with
this
their stresses. And what is your own emotion that you would like to improve?
I usually oftentimes I find myself overthinking about relations and stuff like that. So I would like to mellow it down a little. I would like to focus on myself more and try
Overthinking
to,
about
yeah.
others, and you'd like to mellow down and be able to think of yourself first.
Yes.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How about
Thank you.
Asha? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Dr. Doris, but
Okay.
now we can't. Can you speak, Dr. Doris?
Yes. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. The emit is on and the loudspeaker is on, but I generally prefer if it's on the other system. But you made me put it on this system. It's okay. Let's see whether it's working. Antara, can you please share one more time? You said a little bit, then you said I should share. I will share. You will get many hot tips. But if there was something that you would like to work on or work out or improve, which emotion is it? I want to hear the emotion. Every group typically brings on some emotion, maybe stress, maybe sadness, maybe overthinking, maybe anger, maybe grief, maybe trauma, maybe something like that. So if there was one emotion that particularly bothers you that you specifically would like to overcome, Antara, what would that be?
I'm a messed up woman. I'm not really sure about only one specific, but if you tell me to pick it up right now, I would say being assertive. I'm not that assertive because I always say yes to everyone, which is why I'm most of the time exhausted. It's like I'm taking
Yeah,
care of many people here.
yeah.
Most of them are very old people, and they're very close to mine. They're my family. But I'm more exhausted than what could I say? Um, so I would say being assertive is one thing I struggle a lot. Yeah, especially with the
Very good. You talked about a very important topic, and it is emotional boundaries, Andara. If we don't
yeah,
know and
yeah.
didn't get a
No, I know.
chance to work on our
Yeah,
emotional boundaries, then very easily what you say happens. You are over caring to others, too little caring about yourself, and then we get exhausted, isn't it?
yes, yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you. Thank you. And Asha,
Yes. Hello. Hello, Dr. Doris. Am I
yes,
audible?
yes.
Yeah, please. Like I just joined, so I'm not able to connect what discussion was going on.
What would you like
Yes.
to learn with emotional intelligence?
Yeah, so both the things for my like I'm an aspiring coach or a certified coach as well. So I want to improve the thing like the boundary setting for myself as well as to teach and to give more breakthrough sessions for my clients so that they can get whatever life they want to live in.
Hmm. You would like to give better breakthrough sessions or more breakthrough sessions to your clients.
As
And
well
I'm
as
just trying to
to
find
improve
you
our
on the list. Hmm.
right.
Asha Bhatti.
Yes.
Do you have
Hello.
Asha Bhatti on the list, Bhavika?
Yes, yes,
All
Dr.
right.
Doris. Yes.
Okay. So, wonderful, Asha Bhatti. So you work with people. May I know in which way?
Like I'm a mindset coach, so I do coaching accordingly to develop their customized success blueprint.
You are a coach.
Yeah.
All right. My customized success blueprint.
Yes, please.
All right. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, yes, emotions are manifold. And what I would like to present to you tonight is the EQ switch. The EQ switch is a fabulous idea within emotional intelligence. And I can't wait, because I certainly don't want to forget at the end that here is a book that I have written. And of course, this book is going to be made available to you because it has a test, a proper emotional intelligence skill test after each chapter. And you can calculate your emotional intelligence with what is called the EQ. Yes, it's not only about the IQ, but actually the EQ is far more important. And we would like to make you aware that there's an emotional intelligence workshop on the 21st and 22nd of March, yes, in 2 weeks, about,
Okay.
and of course, you are very welcome to be informed about more at the end tonight, and all your questions will be answered. So, what are emotions? As you have heard the word neuro-linguistic programming before, all three of us, Bhavika Rao and Gregory Green and myself, are trainers of neuro-linguistic programming. However, this is a very different session. This is emotional intelligence, and it addresses specifically the emotions that are, so to speak, a bigger phenomenon than the thoughts. However, they are of course directly related to your brain, and so your emotions consist of what your brain is doing according to thinking and according to alerting the rest of your body to shoot out physiological chemistry called hormones and so much more. So, for example, who knows stressing, huffing and puffing and having heightened adrenals in one or the other way? Can I see hands?
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So this heightened adrenal shootout, of course, is directly related to how we think, because the circumstance, the outer occurrence may be the same. You know it. And one of us will respond like this, somebody else will respond like that, and the third person again will say something very, very different about the situation and about their emotions. So, what we want to say is that emotions are responses that give us signals. And mostly they are giving us signals to do something differently. And we can say that, for example, stress, or for example, past experiences that make us very sad and that make us cry, that make us maybe sad again and again and cry again and again, or that make us frustrated again and again and speak in frustrated or even angry ways, are basically, we could say, emotions that are stuck in us. And many times you will find in psychology and emotional intelligence so many areas overlap that they are chronic, that they are literally somehow stuck in us. And the most troublesome patterns are actually the patterns that repeat themselves over and over again. And as they repeat themselves over and over again, that is why they become a problem. So the theory here is to notice that what you thought was your emotional difficulty is actually just a signal for you to do something differently. Does that make sense? So take any emotion. If you are feeling it's a repetitive emotion and it's a pattern, then it means we should be doing something differently. Oh, Ariane, you did correctly. Please keep your video on. Yes, having the video on except the members of the team is required for attending the session. So, and this is because of safety, as I'm watching each and every one of you, and make sure that each and every one of you will get the learnings accordingly. So basically, if something sad happens, you are supposed to cry. If the coconut falls from the tree and you see it, you are jumping by the side and your heart has to beat higher. If the mother is pulling the child out of the traffic, the child is just about to stumble into the street and the mother manages to rescue the child, of course, both of them, the child and the mother, will have heightened heartbeat. That is natural and that is normal. So we can say that the emotions that are, so to speak, survival emotions or natural emotions. You see something sad, you cry. I think if you don't cry, that's a problem. Crying is not a problem because we are humans. Humans are made to have emotions. Emotions are natural. Now, typically, emotions should be that they just flow through us. We hold them, we can identify and accept them, and then we can let them go. For any emotional syndrome or emotional pattern where this reoccurs again and again, and then it becomes something more severe. For example, what we call depression, or what we call a grief that people may be holding on for years, not able to perform, like you said, Dr. Lavina, being very aware of how does an emotion affect my working. I think everybody can probably align with that when we have unexpected occurrences or when we have someone in our team that takes unexpected attention and is not following, for example, what others do, then it takes away from our performance. So not only what Lavina explained to us in the beginning, what she's particularly interested in, I think it counts for each and every one. Hi, Shima. So nice to see you, Shima. Welcome. Welcome. So everyone basically will notice, and maybe hopefully after this session even more than before, that the way we are with our emotions directly affects what we do, what we are able to do, what we are not able to do, and the short word for that is performance. So let me explain to you one of the very initial lessons that came out from here. Maybe it is the best portrayed, that came out from Daniel Goleman. Everybody has heard Daniel Goleman. So basically, when our emotions are stuck in our limbic brain, and literally the limbic brain gets lots of stimulus and is even swollen, we are dealing with chronic overthinking, Angel. So when we overthink and overthink and overthink in a way that it's worrisome, and adrenals are at least slightly elevated, that limbic brain will actually receive more blood flow and will in some ways swell. So for example, they found out for managers or leaders that have chronic stress and are huffing and puffing every day several hours because the way how the stress affects them, their limbic brain, and particularly that little almond-shaped thing in the middle called amygdala, is swollen. So could everybody please put your hand in the back of your brain and say, this is my limbic brain. Say it out loud. This is my limbic brain.
This is my limbic brain.
This
And from
is my
my
limbic brain.
limbic brain. And from the limbic brain, the signal goes to the rest of your body to shoot out these different hormones. For example, adrenaline and cortisol when we have the heightened heartbeat and flushing and rushing and very uncomfortable feelings. Now, let's stay with the positive emotions also. I don't know whether you agree or have heard of the theory that every human being needs loving physical touch. And that if we don't get sufficient loving physical touch, that dopamine is not enough that we are getting. And that's when the child begins to already have problems and accumulate problems. So a certain level of oxytocin and dopamine and many other chemicals and hormones that are related to it is required for us to have positive emotions, feel loved, give love, have love. Does that make sense? Thank you. Thank you. And so now where we want our blood to go is the neocortex. So could you please touch that part of your skull and say out loudly, this is my neocortex. And my neocortex is the part of my brain through which I think. Only humans have such big neocortexes because we have language and we are supposed to use our language when we talk to ourselves, which is called metacognition, when we recognize things and when we say, aha, I'm getting angry, triggered by somebody having a loud voice, but I can take a deep breath. Now, the emotion is a signal, so I'm not going to just scoop it away and pretend it's not there, but I choose when to respond to this trigger, how to respond to it, and how I emotionally react, respond, and then communicate. Correct, everyone? So that's what your neocortex is for. So would you agree if we all together will say, I am committed to my blood flowing into my neocortex? Because see, if the blood flows into the limbic brain, Angel, of course it cannot not flow. Yes, it cannot not flow into your neocortex. There's always some blood flow and some blood existence in your neocortex. But obviously, if it's rushing into the limbic brain, there's less blood flow in the neocortex. That's why so many people who experience the fire emotions, which are emotions when you begin to shout or scream or say, I'm out of control of my emotion, it's taking over. They experience that it's so strong of a blood flow into that limbic brain as if they cannot stop it, but it's not true. You can also learn how to control fire emotions. And it may need more practice. So some of us are more fire emotion people. They have to practice more. The fire is burning faster and stronger, so to speak. and some of us are naturally maybe a little more subdued or kicked back or quiet. And that is not to be judged, because there's water emotions, there's air emotions, there's earth emotions, and there's fire emotions. And so the important thing is that when the emotions are stronger than us, it's a pattern, and we feel the emotion has me, and I don't have the emotion, then your blood is flowing to your limbic brain, correct? Touch your limbic brain again and just make a little memory point for yourself, like create a memory that next time when it happens, you can just simply say, oh, the blood is flowing to my limbic brain, in order to then say, and I am committed for my blood to flow to the neocortex. Can we all say that, please? I am committed
I
for
am
my blood,
committed
for my blood to flow to the neocortex.
For my
For my
blood
blood to flow to the neocortex.
Neocortex. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes, because no matter what it is, it deserves recognition. Except
Yeah.
some of you came in late. Let me please say that, so that you don't think I would not regard emotions that are necessary, except survival situations. I think you also came later, Shima. I want to say that again. So if there is a survival situation and the brick is falling from the roof, you have to get adrenal kick to run away. If your child is running into the street, you better get an adrenal rush to run. And they said one time a lady was lifting up a whole car to rescue her child. And afterwards, nobody could explain that this woman was able to lift a car because her hands and her body was small. And afterwards, everybody said, she doesn't have the strength to lift up a car, but she did. So these adrenals are amazing. They give also power. They make us also do outstanding things. For example, when we go into the arena of sports, amazing performances that people have. And I am sure the adrenaline level of a runner is, of course, higher when they are running. Otherwise, they couldn't be running and they couldn't be winning. But it's very targeted and it's according to a purpose. The runner will say to himself, I'm giving my total, I'm giving my all. So my rushing and huffing and puffing has a very particular reason, and it's even good for the body. So what we call that slight level of raising adrenal can also be called euphoria. It is also called eustress. So we basically in emotional intelligence have one very important agreement. And let's see whether everyone here tonight can agree that it's about accepting emotions. Does everybody agree? Yes, because acceptance is the first step so that you can do something about it. So the first tip tonight is that we want to switch stress to calmness and clarity. Because when we stress and we give that stress energy, we cannot be calm and we cannot be clear. I just had this afternoon a session with a lady from Dubai being triggered all the time by these alarms. And she also said, thank you so much, Dr. Doris, for reminding me. This stress is not helping anything. Of course, we will all react smartly and appropriately when we have to. But stressing doesn't help in any situation. Stress is an emotion that we want to notice and take a deep breath so we can allow greater calmness and clarity. Emotional intelligence is not about removing, controlling, or suppressing emotions. Emotional intelligence is not something that can be reached. Now I'm not emotional intelligence, over here is emotional intelligence, and it's something I have to reach. No, let's rather say that every time we engage in sessions like this, and Vanita has shared with us in the beginning, she comes every time and learns something every time. It is a constantly evolving matter. And in a way, I would like for you to imagine it just like a fitness gym. You will never go to the gym only one time, would you? No, that's ridiculous. If you just one time, care for your strength and your endurance and your muscle building and your breathing to get higher a little every day, then, okay, it's still beneficial for that one time. But the gym is something that typically people go 2-3 times a week. I go 5 to 6 times a week because I must regulate my emotions in this way. And to be honest, I am not even 60 plus, Vanita. I'm 66 going on 67. And if I don't do these exercises every day, I get muscle problems. I feel a little stiff. And in age, things like this happen. So I firmly believe that it is a practice, no matter which age. We can be the youngest student. You are so welcome, Angel. The sooner that you begin, the better it is, because it's something that can be practiced and practiced and practiced. We have already spoken when we introduced everyone and everybody was sharing a little, that emotional intelligence is strongly related to our ability to create boundaries, particularly when Antara Banerjee was sharing. Thank you, Antara. So if we do and do and do, and there's no boundary, it's doomed to happen that we overdo. If we give and give and give, and we are not building our ability to receive, oh my, I had to work on it, Antara. I was not naturally able to receive. Many who had mothers from the war, my mother was from the German war, she had no ability to receive. She didn't even know what it is. So when we have not learned it, then of course we cannot do it. So some of us have to learn how to receive. Mostly women have to learn how to receive, but it's not a generalization that I mean to use in any way to bound anybody or to say this is the truth. It's just often the case. So we have to have strong and healthy boundaries in order to simply know exactly this far and not further, this much and not more. You can come this close, but not closer. And actually, it is a physical sense that some of us, again, experience stronger than others. Who is very uncomfortable if somebody comes close into your physical space? Can I see hands?
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, some of us they don't mind. So, for example, my friend, when I came to India in my first year in 1987, said they have 7 rooms, but all 9 people sleep in one room next to each other. So if you're grown up with sleeping body to body to body, then your sense of boundary is very different than in my upbringing in Germany. Everybody had their own room and would close the door and say, now I'm not to be reached. I mean, many people who didn't have that type of, I'm not even saying that's better. I'm not saying that's better. So if you don't have that kind of upbringing, then boundaries is something difficult to learn. Whereas if you are grown up that way, it's a little easier, maybe. But emotional boundaries is a very special area of boundary setting. And it simply has to do with us being more aware what we can bear and what we cannot bear. And to do an honest checkup on ourselves and simply say, this is my truth. So if somebody, just let's do again that very simple physical example. If somebody comes too close to me, I'm not going to allow them. I say, so sorry, can you please give me a bit of space? And I say it very nicely so that the person is not going to be upset and that the person doesn't think they have done something wrong. Just, oh, sorry, I would like just a little space. I need that so that I can better breathe, or whatever you say, often a reason attached helps. When people ask you to do something for them, Antara, and to do something for you, and Antara, and again to do something for you, and you are not even sleeping enough hours. You are not even taking enough time for your own prayers and meditation. You maybe simply don't even give yourself a half hour for meditation or for being still or for being excluded from others a day. Then it's time to knock on the door and say, hey, it's time that I acknowledge my boundaries. And it can be a very difficult issue because, again, it's a matter of conditioning. My mother did not know what an emotional boundary was, and she would constantly overdo, overcare, and do things that she actually didn't want to do. Later, when I started to study psychology, I have shared more with her, and she actually learned from me. And she said, yes, I mean, if I'm not sleeping okay, and if I'm having reactions that harm or are at least in some way negative or limiting to others, then I have to take care. So can you give an example when I'm sharing this with you? Because I see many of you are nodding. Many of you are nodding. So what you just
I would
discover
just like
about...
add something.
Yes.
It's easy to make boundaries. I mean, at least I would say this as an individual. It's easy for me, at least, to make boundaries with people who I'm meeting on daily basis. But it's very difficult to maintain boundaries with the people I live with. Like
Yes.
we have our parents at home. It's very difficult to create that boundary and sort of tell them to not indulge in your space too much, not physically of course, but emotionally, because as we've grown up with Indian parents, they do like to control a little bit of activities in your life, and that I think is very difficult for me. I'm still working on it and I don't know where to go about it.
Yes, and it sounds like you already have done a marvelous step, Dr. Ravina, of being aware, because that's the first step. Because if we are not aware, then we really cannot do anything about it. So I congratulate you. Now, next step, of course, is that emotional intelligent communication. So how can we say it and look forward in the seminar? There will be many, many tips because, of course, it needs some time to practice and to actually use your emotions to communicate, to say, pardon me, I have something really difficult and it's so important. Can I have your attention for something really, really difficult? Please, it's important to me. Yes? Can you give me that attention? Well, I really don't want to hurt you, and you are the most important to me, and I respect you as my parent more than anyone else. But is there anything I can do to make you understand more that I need that time without speaking? Or I need to take this lesson or this time or this food or this whatever it is without all the common family to be. Is there any way I can please, please, please ask you to please understand? So now you could say maybe Dr. Doris plays theater. Yes. So why not? You rather play a little theater and you really deeply go into that emotion and use that emotion, because if your parents will feel, oh my, she's struggling and she's having a hard time and she's nearly crying and she's asking me to understand, you will create a much stronger possibility for them to understand and to get the desired response than when you would just factually say something or factually ask for something. Is that correct, Dr. Lavina? So
That's correct.
in emotional intelligence, we also learn how to utilize emotions more deeply, more correctly. So it is not even about not shouting. I've had situations in my life where I was very, very aware, and I know that if I don't shout now, the person is not going to understand, because maybe they don't have that background, maybe they don't have that education. I need to just consciously let them know how upset I am and how important it is for me. And I literally take a deep breath. I say to myself, I'm now shouting out loud consciously, quickly. I say that to myself very quick. And then I shouted out loud, no, you cannot come into this house without knocking on the door. No matter whether you own this house, I'm standing here in my bra. It is humiliating to me. You cannot come into this house without knocking on the door. And I shouted so loudly that I shocked this person so strongly that they never did it again. So I have reached my outcome. Now, was I uncomfortable having to shout? Yes. But did I shout consciously? Yes. Did it have to happen after the 3 times didn't understand and just came in no matter what? Yes. So it's always according to the situation, and it's about being conscious, having a choice and deciding with choice. I'm sure from my friend who have slept with 9 people in one room, probably they didn't always want to do it, and probably it didn't always feel good. Sometimes you don't want every night your sister to fall onto you, but it was just an habituation. And because it's an habituation, even there was another room, the brother wouldn't go to the other room, because it's such an habituation that all the 9 are sleeping on one carpet in one room. So our boundaries are directly linked to our conditioning. And I always say, as long as it is conscious, and as long as I take this moment that I like to call metacognition, I take this moment where I speak to myself consciously, I make a choice. Means that afterwards I don't regret, and afterwards I don't feel I have done something wrong. Does that make sense? Can somebody else bring some example or question around boundaries?
May I?
Yes, please.
So, like, I had a client who was fixing some boundaries relate. Like, she was a working person, but her entire finances was controlled by her husband. You know, so after certain time, she shared that I want to keep my accounts separate because when I want to use it in my own way, I'm not able to use it. Like, lot of control is there. So that in that case, like, I could not suggest, I just shared, I could not tell them what kind of boundaries they can set. I just said, you discuss with your husband and set the decide how they want to manage their finances and all. But and here, as we are talking about the boundaries, so may I know the what is the best way I can suggest what they can do about it?
Good question. So I think I would do again a similar technique that I have shown Dr. Lavina before. I would ask, how important is it to you that I'm happy? Everybody is very committed that the family member is happy, correct?
Yes.
So I have some things that make me feel safe and that I need in order to really be happy.
Yeah.
Can I please share them with you? Is this a good moment or not? First, really truly ask, is this the right time to talk about it? It will probably take 10 minutes. Do you have 10 minutes now? Yes. So then it's called framing communication. So you put the right frames and you always first say what the other experiences. So I know you would like to have the control. I know you would like to have the money in this account only. Now, is there some way how we can be both happy? And then some of the money is in this account, and we would move only some of the money in this account? If we find that right routine or that right number, would you be a little open to doing that?
Yeah, look, like, I also asked her to do the same, but her husband was like, what she shared that she knows all the accounts and the password, there's no problem, but somehow when the thing goes for spending or when she discuss with her husband, he's not ready to open to discuss much in detail. So I told her to the same way, like, you have you set up your financial goals, couple financial goal, like that we suggest in our coaching, right? Set up a couple financial goals, what are your plans for the entire year and all that. But what I found is that he shares everything, but he's doesn't discuss with her every time
Okay.
whenever he's
So
taking the
now I
action.
know that you feel you are
What he
doing
said,
exactly.
she's shared with me.
Okay, Asha,
Yeah.
I understand that you are saying you are doing exactly the same that I have just done. However,
Yeah.
I do not quite, I understand you and you feel that way, but I don't quite agree because I'm going to pose a challenging question at you. May I?
Yeah.
So if there was something different in the way I have brought it up compared to the way you have just talked about it, what would be the difference?
Like, I don't know how she talked to her husband. I really don't know, but yes, I just
Yeah, we are
shared that
talking about
you,
somebody else, but let's use
yeah,
just the example for everybody to learn. Can we?
yeah,
So it's not about right or wrong. It's only about everybody to learn, correct?
yes.
Okay. So what was the difference?
Like you said, we have to bring the person in agreement that yes, we want to discuss on this point. First of all, take out a time set, and then plan the things, what they want to do it together and how they want to set up their accounts.
Hmm. I think that is correct. Thank
You
you,
miss
Asha.
something? Yeah,
And what I
yeah,
would like to say is the real difference was that you spoke about it factually, and I tried to use emotion. I said
yeah.
it's
Okay.
really, really important to me. And so we cannot discuss this further because it will end up in right or wrong. We would need that person right in front of. In fact, it's speaking about her who's speaking to the husband. So they need to both be there. And what you can teach her is to find out the core motivation, emotion, the core motivational emotion of her husband, and
Yeah.
that is what she needs to speak to, and that is what she needs to grab. So if the
Okay.
husband is really, really finding it very important that she's happy, or that she feels safe, or that she feels protected, see, only she will know exactly which word to use,
Absolutely
then
correct.
that's the emotion she has to grab. And she has to play that emotion, because talking about factually is not going to get us anywhere. Because
Right.
I'm sure, who knows that we talk about something and we talk about it over and over and over again and create the same results. Can I see hands?
Mhm. Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So emotion is what we can do differently. We can think about what is the emotion that really triggers, that really grabs the other person. And then we have to be that emotional intelligent to be able to step into their perception, look from their eyes, hear with their ears, feel their feelings, and literally grab that motivational factor. Because the motivational factor is always the emotion.
Mm.
The emotion stronger than the numbers. Even if that husband is the finance sector and is very conceptual and is very logical only, I know he has an emotion. Otherwise, he wouldn't have married that woman. So we
Yeah.
have to sometimes do some sort of a research and go a
Mm-hmm.
little deeper and find out a little more. And now we are noticing that we went a little astray. Thank you for reminding us, Gregory.
Hi, Doris. Oh, you're on number 3? Okay.
Here is the picture of a boundary. It is that somebody has, from artificial intelligence, made a picture of what they call that emotional boundary or aura. So trauma is, again, when we experience something that we cannot avoid, because the medical procedure everybody will at some point experience in their life, falling off the bike or falling in one or the other form. I don't know any human being who has never fallen. So accidents are really, normal. Now, how many of them can we bear? And how much abuse can we hold? And again, what is our boundary and how are traumas created? Of course, physical abuse is trauma. Sexual abuse is trauma. So all these traumas are created by very strong, often physical situations that then are followed, of course, and made stronger by the emotional part of the situation. And when we release emotions, we can very much help that situation. So I'm wondering, let me please see this PowerPoint. So let me rather go to the 4 keys. So basically trauma is the deepest emotional phenomena, so to speak, and there's many different traumas, and they often are initiated and caused by something violent and something that is detrimental. And then again, it is all about some of us being able to easier cope with it, and some of us running around for years, having this stored in our subconscious. And I'm sure Asha and everybody here who works with clients would know about it. The client comes to you and they will reveal a trauma. They reveal something that has happened to them, and that they probably, and Shima will know that too, and Gularana, and they probably have repeated that again and again, and it has happened again and again. The whole phenomena of sexual abuse, it happens once, but it happens many times to that particular woman or young woman. So there's many, many aspects that we can investigate about trauma, but clearly we want to learn how to break these trauma-driven reactions. We want to be able to say, now I'm crying because of the trauma from the past, not because of today, not because of what you are saying right now. It has to do with the wound that I carry from my childhood. And that is what you will learn on day 2, on the 22nd of March. We will go
Doris?
into child.
Before you wrap on the session, because I noticed we got a lot of therapists here. Can you briefly touch, which is one of my, a lot of my clients, which are, they suffer from drug and alcohol abuse. Can you quickly touch upon guilt? Because you always say guilt is the tackiest emotion.
Yes. So trauma is one of the most deepest emotional complexes, and guilt is the tackiest emotion. We always say thank you for this question, Gregory. It's like chewing gum on our face. And it's like as if you try to take off chewing gum from your face. Of course, it's possible, but it's little tedious. So with guilt, we have to identify what standards we have taken on from others, because guilt we experience when it's standards from others. Now we are again not aware of it. Many times we will say, no, no, no. But guilt means it is induced by some sort of an idealism, and idealism is a system, a dogma, or induced by authorities. And because we cannot, the word ideal in the dictionary says that cannot be reached. So because we cannot reach it by mere explanation, by mere meaning of the word, we are doomed to feel guilty. So guilty is an emotion that we will tackle in emotional intelligence number 2, but not in the first 2 days. because that's why I didn't bring it up. In the first 2 days, on 21st and 22nd of March, we will speak about all these 4 tips, and we will also touch upon something that is called emotional entanglement. And that's why it's very timely you come with this question, Gregory, because many times out of guilt, we entangle with the other. We actually enmesh with the other in a way that we think it's our own emotions, but actually it's the other person's emotion. Who knows this phenomena that you are actually in some way aware, maybe not as aware as you wish, taking on emotions from others? Who knows taking on emotions from others? Antara, thank you. Gregory, Gularana, thank you. Yeah. So it is very explainable, because what we have in our brains are called mirror neurons. And those mirror neurons are supposed to be there, and they are active, and it's good. And if they are too active, we cannot make a difference of whether we are feeling our own emotions or whether we are taking on emotions from others. And so this phenomena of emotional entanglement is deep, it's important, and it will be tackled in this emotional intelligence course in a way that you not only learn how to identify it, but we will show a way how you can notice it and then detach from it very elegantly and very nicely. And the big difference of this emotional intelligence and the emotional switch from many other directions of psychotherapy or other emotional theory activities is that we bring really dynamic physical ways for you to have hands-on tools that you will practice every single day. So in these 2 days, on the 21st and 22nd of March, you basically get in every session a practical skill that is a skill that you can hold on to, that you can put in your pocket, that you can pull out, and that you can apply. So how to identify stress and put stress into calmness and clarity has several more tools that I can't wait to share with you. And for example, that topic we spoke about at the beginning, transforming resistance into assistance, is also something that we can practice in many, many ways. And then we have just touched like this, a little splash of what is emotional boundaries, but you will get about 2-hour session in that course to literally learn what is called the biological health model. You will learn how to create what I showed you on that AI picture, literally an aura around you that is protective, that you can use. And we will begin to do this emotional intelligent communication. I say begin because it's a long topic. And in one session, there's only that much we can do. And many will say, oh, I need more practice. And then they come into level 2 of emotional mastery, which is the emotional masters. Then we have talked about breaking drama-driven reactions, and we have talked about understanding and dissolving emotional entanglement. Is there any question that you have so that you can call it in some way round and full for tonight? before we go into telling you more about the 2-day course? No question? Okay, then let's repeat quickly for everybody's optimal learnings. There are 4 tips. So tip 1 is everybody switch stress into calmness. Everybody switch stress into calmness. Thank you. Number 2, build strong, healthy, emotional boundaries. Yes, repeat that for yourself. Build strong, healthy, emotional boundaries. Number 3, break trauma-driven
reactions.
and understand and dissolve emotional entanglement. First, we need to identify, then we need to learn a whole process. And yes, when you are ready, and we always have to ask the client, and Asha knows everybody about it, and everybody else who gives sessions to ask, are you ready? Are you sure you are ready? Because some of these emotional intelligence methods and techniques are quite intense and strong. And you have to be ready that your client may cry. And all of this you will learn, and please participate, the 21st and the 22nd of March. Now, many of you will, of course, let me do this first, Gregory. So this is this book that I have written and published, and instead of 1,250 rupees, it is 950 rupees, and we can send you the Amazon link or the website link next week. It will be on my website next week. And then the 21st and 22nd of March, Gregory, the regular fee is? We cannot hear you.
Hi, everybody. The regular fee, hi. The regular fee for the Emotional Intelligence Foundations course and certification is normally at $25,000. Dr. Doris had discounted it. That's why we asked, this is a prerequisite, so that those that are attending, we will offer the course at 15,000 INR. And during the situation, I talked to Doris about what's really going on, in the world. I mean, as a therapist, if you're not busy, then something's wrong. So we're going to take that 15,000 and add a 10% discount. So your final total would be 13,500 rupees. If you are in the UAE, we would normally charge 2,000 dirham. We have discounted that course to 1,250 dirham.
Thank you. That is a very nice offer. And I'm very happy for you to be able to take this. And on top of all, if you are a student or if you are someone with either a financial challenge or low income, we of course even allow installments on that discount. However, 2,000 minimum, is it? 200 dirham and 2,000 minimum need to be paid by tonight or latest tomorrow.
Definitely. As I said, we work with therapists, we work with teachers and social workers. So we know, what the challenge is financially. So we do offer installments to make this training available. And part of our platform is that we do offer, because this is a skill. a 2-year retake for no fee. Because once you learn the application, then you actually have to download it so that the client truly knows and you can practice it without opening the manual and saying, hold on real quick, I have to teach you how to transform the guilt. So we're offering you a 2-year retake policy for those that are coaches and therapists on our platform of Conscious Solutions. We have various programs in neuro-linguistic programming, which Dr. Doris is a master trainer. I am a master trainer. Bhavika is the NLP trainer, Ericksonian hypnotherapy. And these programs would all come at a discount on our Conscious Solutions platform, so that this is an opportunity to not only look at the training, but as a support group and viable community. Thank you so much.
All right. So who is ready to take some action tonight? You didn't only listen, you didn't only learn, but you say, I'm going to do something about this today. Even if you have obstacle, even if you think it's not doable, even if you say this is not a free weekend for me, whatever your obstacle is okay. We are always at the ending of the evening available to speak to you personally. So, can we please? Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
There was an echo. Angel, can I speak to you?
Awesome.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And how
And
about
Shima, I will be seeing Shima again for the retake. Looking forward. Shima is part of our community. And we do look forward to seeing you again at the retake, Shima.
okay?
And of course, Gularana will always be there. Gularana is our shining star.
Okay. I have just to make sure, Gregory, put you with Gularana and Shima if they want to go for a retake.
Dr.
Sure.
Doris, on 21st and 22nd will be Eid in Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
So might be possible at
That's
this
not happening.
time. We won't be I
No,
won't be
it's not
available.
happening.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. That means you can please go with Ariana.
Surely. Let me just put the link in for the actual training, Doris, for
Not
those that want
for
more.
the training.
And
For the 2,000 rupees, yes.
here you are. So I've put in the early registration link. I've actually put in content and objectives and the actual training. Very good. Thank you so very
All
much.
right. Yes, please let us know when you want more information on the exact content and all the objectives. All right. I'm coming, Angel.
Good to see you, Shima.
Just
Hi, dear.
click on the link. You can also talk to Shima in the link. Click on the link. Can you click into the breakout room, Angel? Can you just click on the prompt? There's a prompt. Can you see? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, everybody else can stay here. I just felt that you are so curious about this. Is that correct?
About the 2-day course, am I right? Ma'am, the session was really insightful to me, and I learned a lot of new things. But I'm afraid I don't have the funds to, have to go in that course for the 21st and 22nd. The course right now, the session right now was really insightful, and I really am thankful for all the tips you have given us. But I don't think I can join you for this session.
Okay, you don't think you can join us for this?
Yes.
Just going on my nerves. There's an echo. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
That Emmet microphone is giving a strange sound. I can give you an even better price, and I can make it possible to you. But the thing is, you have to really want to. So, for example, 1,000 rupees a month would be okay for you, wouldn't it?
Since I'm a minor, I need to decide and discuss with my parents for that.
How old are you?
I am 17.
You are 17. And in which grade?
I'm currently in 12th grade, right after completing my 11th finals.
Okay. And what is your specific motivation to join this?
Well, as I said, I would like to pursue my career in psychology, and I would also like to find out more about myself, since I think I'm quite introspective. I just wanted to know if there are ways in which I can handle my emotions much better, well, both professionally and personally.
Give me 1 minute.
Bye bye, Dr. Doris.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. So, we can allow you for, I just think with the finance person, you can just pay only 1,000 down by tomorrow, and we allow you 5 times 1,000. So every month you have to just pay 1,000. But more we cannot go down, because alone the manual and so there's a test that is after each chapter that I need to read and evaluate. There's a proper package that goes along, plus the support groups and everything else. So that is the minimum fee, which means we are making nothing. Everything goes for certificate and book and manual and everything. So that lowest fee we can give you only if you don't tell anyone else.
I assure you this privacy. I will not say anyone else, but I don't think I can.
Okay. First think about it. Think about it. Because 1,000 rupees we spend on food, isn't it?
Yes.
So instead of spending it on food or other expenses, you can think about giving yourself a very special and investing it into your education.